ahead and cheered right into their team. Yes, he didn't.
They're so happy.
We got a chance, boys.
You really
on the side
do,
of
man.
PK, all that new merch just got tossed to the side. No.
Venga. Llegué justo a tiempo. A tiempo, let's get it, man.
Yeah, man, I'm real, man. I'm going PK.
KCP
really
contra PK.
And all that aside, I think they're the better team, but hey, we're gonna have to
Déjame
find out.
acomodarme.
Number 1 district.
Tengo
Let's
mis
get it started,
palomitas.
ladies and gentlemen. You had the discussion going. You said we were
Listo para ver este
KCP.
match.
You said we
Venga,
were talking about PK.
arrancando con
And
Raver,
honestly,
empezando.
whatever we say
Avienta
doesn't
su
matter.
stun.
It's up to the pros. Opening
No
kill
mames.
coming up potentially from
Un down
Raver.
ya.
He's gonna get the kill
Primer
onto
kill.
his cells. Handles
Polo
his
saca
special,
kill
forcing
también.
back up the smoke,
Esta
creating
inicial ya es de
chaos.
PK.
The pros are used to it. We do see a PK member drop it. It
Ganada
looks
por
like PK is gonna
PK.
have
Buena
the
inicial
final
parte de
stand
PK.
and also get the first points on the board.
PK, that's how you start it. Want to continue to build that momentum for your
Mono
team.
trae el drop shot
Pioneers,
también.
sometimes in a lot of their games this split, no matter if it was a victory or a loss.
Literal, esta es la inicial perfecta para PK. Ganaron el hill y tienen drop shot. Lo único que no tienen es un shock.
Starts with getting your footing, getting that position. That's why Brownie was out first, but drop shot in the hands of
Y ahí
Monkey.
no marcaron a Mono, ni saben dónde está el drop shot. Van a morir todos ahorita, los de KCP van a morir. Oh, ya lo vieron. Increíble que sacó kill con eso. No, oh, sí lo paró. Los 4 están ahí. Puros downs. Brownie mata a uno. PK todavía aguanta el hill.
But it's going to be up to Handles. 3v1 opportunity. Even if he does get taken down reflection, he needs to buy time.
Needs to buy time. Handles. Will he be able to do so? Well, hey, that kill on Raver is definitely buying time if I've ever seen it. Fiercely's going to get aggressive, though. Take him down. And a flawless start.
Ahí estaba haciendo un buen de tiempo Handles.
Get just about every single point. But Pioneers have set themselves up on the next one, but they've got a wall of Pittsburgh Knights members ready to push them from the front end.
9-0 after that first hill. Pioneers have to answer back big. Acels gets it down, but nobody's there for the
Ahí llegó muy
revive.
tarde el Brownie.
One person tried to go up, but it basically
Muy
cost
tarde.
them his life. That's going to be Handles Sideshow forced to stay alive here in this situation because they cannot get antsy. They cannot go in one after the next because that 59-0 can definitely get worse.
It definitely could, right? You could start to spiral out of control. But again, I'm going to bring up history from yesterday. That Team Queso matchup, Pittsburgh Knights were down about 150 points, yet they ended up winning the map on this very map on District. So Pioneers is also the same team with the same dialogue. You can never count them out until you have fully beat them, whether it be map by map basis, round by round basis, or series basis. You got to put them into the grave early on, and Pittsburgh Knights cannot afford to let go of the gas. 102-4. Drop shot going to be secured in the hands of Ravers.
They're getting rocked right now. 4 points already, 100 to 5 points.
It's going to be a scramble, and it looks like Pioneers
PK has a drop shot again.
This
This is looking perfect for PK.
Will they find success? Because Pittsburgh Knights have done a great job at breaking the setup of Pioneers.
Starting slow, it's like they're
PK viene con la tula parada. Nah, sí las están haciendo cagar ahorita. Pero nunca se confíen porque mira, así nomás matan al drop shot. Fiercely se rifa.
The newest pickup for the Knights takes him out, but the damage has definitely been done. You see the Pioneers, they simultaneously, while attacking the low side of the map, go ahead and converge on the northern portion of the map. They take control of the hill.
Nunca te puedes confiar, no te puedes confiar y más como un modo de juego como control donde se puede hacer el comeback. Porque es solamente de puros puntos y quién tiene las posiciones de los nuevos heroes. So casi muchas veces puedes ver que un equipo gana puntos seguidos y van haciendo comeback poco a poco. Aquí KCP ya tiene setup completo, pero van 2 por enfrente de los de PK.
Get set up early on for the next hill. But maybe there's something else in mind. Is Pittsburgh Knights actually staying on the outside to at least keep Pittsburgh Knights, or Pioneers, excuse me, from rotating out? I don't know, but the fact that they pushed in last second like that, Jacob, honestly was a bit of a misplay in my eyes for PK.
It definitely was a little bit of a misplay. I felt like they could have at the very minimum on 2 different sides of the map, but like they're on two different pages. Drop shot.
Buenas tardes, ¿qué onda? Recus, buenas tardes.
Like they have control over that portions of the map with the Pittsburgh Knights. 3 of those players are funneled down low.
Venga, chat. ¿Ustedes a quién le apostaron? ¿A quién le apostaron con sus puntos? ¿A quién le apostaron? Vayan haciendo predicciones en el chat, ya se va acabando, todavía falta un minuto falta para poner sus puntos del canal. Para quien les va.
They definitely do. Pittsburgh Knights starting to slow down, not looking like the same explosive team off the start, and that's what I said, guys, about KCP. They're a team that you cannot afford to give them any air. You have to suffocate them, and you have to continually try and suffocate them over time. But now that KCP has brought it within striking distance, they are looking incredible. Drop shots going to be whipped. Dezo will stay alive. An opportunity for him to bully the rest of the members from KCP up ahead, and actually look at them already getting it down in the corner. Pioneers are forced to back up off the hill. Pittsburgh Knights have the break, and they're currently there to hold on to the lead.
Finally, their setup is there. Stop a ton of that point games. After hill number 3, they had only scored 9 points, giving up a ton over to the Pioneers, which made this game a little bit more close as Monkeys gets that down onto Bronny. He's going to go ahead and stagger him out so they can have an advantage on the map that much quicker. But you see that rotation in your mini-map. They're trying to take this 3v2. Monkeys goes down for a short second, which is going to buy the Pioneers time to try to get a rotation over. But I don't think it's going to come quick enough. They're going to have this chance for a 3v2. Players getting called out all around. That's going to be Bronny short for that rotation because he was on respawn, as the Pioneers are just taking him out one by one.
Si yo hago esto, lo que acaba de hacer Daisho, yo mato a mi teammate. Ahí yo choqueo a mi teammate.
As the last players are going to be taken out for the Pioneers from one hill to the next, the Knights keep it going.
The Knights keep it going, and that's what they need to do. Great recoveries.
Genaro va a morir.
Look a bit shaky, Jacob.
Sí, aguanta ahí, va a morir Genaro. Oh, no se salió.
And now force KCP to once again retake the hill, fresh hill, in fact. So this is important. Fiercely backing all the way up to get those angles on any KCP members that are going to be pushing forward. And you know, Pioneers, they've got to make a decision. Do they want to challenge fiercely or just forego them, leave them alone, and just beeline it straight into the hill? Because if they do that and they successfully take over the hill, well, then fiercely is really of no consequence. Cells, though, with the drop shot, you got to keep eyes on him. He's probably going to try and make a move here on the current hill. Depending on how this ends up unfolding.
Mono contra 2. Mono contra el mundo. Oh, ¿cuánto quedó? 11% lo dejó. Casi mono, casi monito, casi. KCP con el drop. Damn. No lo va a gastar. Oh, páralo, que tiene drop. Oh my god, lo paró. Lo paró. Oh my Jesus. I don't know how he got that revive, bro. Y todavía trae drop KCP.
That's the important thing. It's not 250. PK is just nearly above 200, which
Doble
means
kill aquí ya.
Pioneers off of this hill alone can absolutely get there. What a kill from Cells. Look,
2
it
kills.
wasn't easy to hold on to that drop shot.
Van a forzar a Bronny va a morir. Oh, no va a morir.
But because he stays alive, because he was able to get revived by his wonderful teammates, he's able to capitalize and get the 2-piece and therefore put Pioneers well in control of the current hill. But Pittsburgh Knights, they had the close respawns. They're right back into the fight. I like that Fiercely backs off. I also like the fact that Dezo backed off to allow player 1 Raver to join in. This needs to be
aquí, si KCP aguanta este punto, que casi sí se lo van a sumar porque aquí aventaron la shock, ya casi están empatados con PK.
Might be the flex player. Dezo needs to keep his eyes peeled.
Okay, Dezo. Oh my god. Creo que Dezo ya ni tiene downs. Increíble. Ya ni tiene downs Dezo. Ahí si lo hubieran tirado, no lo iban a tirar. Ahí ya se lo hubiera morido porque se le acabaron los downs.
Positioning is perfect, and because there's less than 30 seconds left, no matter what happens, the Knights can't give up this time, but they're leaving Fiercely in position to keep this one contested. Pioneers know it. They now see the plan forming in place, and they're trying to make their own rotation over.
159 to 203. Jacob, Pittsburgh Knights have not got a single point off of this hill. That's what I was talking about. If PK doesn't take over the hill, Pioneers can definitely be in the running, and they are well within the running. But we also saw the same scenario just a little bit earlier where Pittsburgh Knights then took a 60-70 point lead, a jump well ahead of the score line of KCP. Will we see the same result now? I think we're going back to the
Ponlo con el
original
drop shot. Hemos visto muchos drop shots este mapa ya. Ya casi se va acabando este mapa también. Genaro va a morir. Pero Mono trae el drop shot. Lo único que tiene que hacer aquí Mono es sacar un kill. Raver yo creo que va a morir también, Raver. Están dando cosas del otro lado. Wow, qué leyenda. Ok, muere Raver. Mono trae el drop shot todavía. Andan sumando. Los panquearon todos modos, está bien, murió. Salieron atrás. Entonces no cayó. Aquí tienen el flame completo PK. Panquearon a Raver. Raver lo mató. Raver les va a dar spawn a PK. Les da el spawn, ellos salen abajo. Pero traen shock, so aquí les salió mejor jugar por abajo a KCP. Porque tienen shock. No, me recuerda a una tragedia en Vasgar.
With his lives when he needs it most. This hill means a lot for KCP. Pittsburgh Knights are within striking distance of taking map number 1, the first victory, and then heading into checkout, which obviously is one of their best execution maps. So KCP has to fight now for every inch of the map, and they can't stop.
Handos va a morir. Ya murió Handos. Pero también mataron a Raver, so es 3 contra 3, 3 contra 2 más bien. Genaro gana su 1v. Deso va a morir aquí. No, no va a morir. Oh, no, sí muere. Casi se la da a Mono. Genaro con el drop, though. Genaro con un drop, está bien. Ahorita hacen su retake. What? Yo no vi los spawns ahorita, pero creo... No sé si le salieron a Handos ahí. La verdad no sé. Ahí tiraron a Cells. Híjole, ya gastó el drop. No, está bien porque con esos puntos... ¿Ganan con eso? No, no ganan con eso. Si capean ese punto completo les faltará 3 puntos.
Will in fact earn that shot, but Fiercely's ready to go, and Handles wasn't ready. Will Fiercely be able to get the drop here? He needs one more pellet, but well done from the team fire. But even so, Fiercely will pick him off, and now he has that backside to push for the final points Pittsburgh Knights need.
Hasta se mete al spawn. Va a estar difícil aquí a sacar los KCP. Ya tienen un down. Todos brincaron. Pues ahí show contra el mundo, literal tiene 4, llega Bronny, ahí están todos tirados de PK. No. No sé cómo pelearon, es que sí estaba difícil ahí, les dieron pura pelea. Traían muchos números PK, pero se rifó ahí KCP. Traían los números.
They're going to go ahead and try to get the drop shot in their hands before they make their final push.
If KCP holds this entire hill, they literally tie up with PK.
Feel comfortable just yet because Pioneers is dangerously close. One wrong move.
Oh my god, watch out. Oh my god, Handles is still not down.
In a spectacular fashion with KCP completing the comeback. And again, I go back to what I've been saying throughout this map number 1. You have to put them in the grave early on, and you have to continue to
They're going through the front. This is bad though, Handles is flanking. The Cells is gonna... Oh my god, he got the kill. He tried to get 2. I saw the vision. He was gonna try to grab that meat shield.
And we are now 289 to 261. And Pittsburgh Knights could in fact still lose this match.
Jesus, they barely win with that, I think. Oh, apenas ganan con eso. Nah, Raver. Raver, la leyenda. Holy
up to the
shit.
pinnacle to take the trophy. And you said you're becoming
barely
a fan.
won
Well,
off that.
I've been a fan. Raver and the
Oh,
Pittsburgh
shot. He
Knights
just won
show
like
up
that.
big in map number 1.
Beersley MVP, but Raver MVP, and at least for me, when it comes to, again, getting those kills where they matter most in those big situations, incredible job. And man, that stat line for KCP not looking good. A Cells. No, I mean, that's true. I mean, KCP are still the champs, you know, until they're dethroned. Like, KCP is an incredible roster, and they are, in fact, in contention to win the major. You have to give respect where respect is due. Bronny loves to go up top and get those nades. He's going to be uncontested, sends one flying, but to no avail. Doesn't have any connections. Dezo hits a nice body shot, and we will see Raver obviously pushing up now as we will see Dezo also trying to hit those shots.
Interesting enough how they didn't push towards that back line, but Knight is just he's just trying to play around. He's just feeling himself out right now, waiting for somebody to kind of shoot at him with a pistol or a lancer. And that's when he either hits the headshot, obviously just done and over with, or he's gonna hit the body shot and somebody is going to be able to push up. There's not gonna be any utility.
Cuatro contra cuatro.
Going to be there, but on the side of Bronny, he does have
PK tiene sniper.
So even though it does look like the Pioneers are just kind of waiting because they don't have anything, they're just waiting
jugar con el sniper. A ver.
Bronny throw out those frag grenades and the team follow up on him.
Let me see something. Oh, le está pegando la atrás.
Stalemated this hard with how many bullets were sent flying. That's that nade that was shot out, and it looks like Pioneers try to make a move, but they're going to be put into the blender as 2 players will fall. Cells now will try to get a side angle, but Pittsburgh Knights will break out from the bottom end, and the Cells will be finished off, and that's going to be a solid round and a solid start for Pittsburgh Knights.
Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know, Taylor.
Well, let's talk about it. What's up?
It looked clean. It looked clean. I said they're waiting Bronny. Bronny throws the frag grenade towards the back lane. But it took crucial time. In big picture in life, it wasn't that long, but it took crucial time in Gears of War before they even put down the first bullet. If they would have been shooting immediately, that would have been a down on a Dezenite. They would have been pushing up. We probably would have been a different story.
Round number 2. Bronny once again with the nades in hands, and a beautiful flank, this time taking the initiative. The first blood will come out as Raver will take down handles. Bronny answers back though, taking down fiercely. 3v3. In the meantime, shot fire to Cells.
Casi le sale ese headshot. Raver contra el mundo.
Raver by himself.
Oh my.
Even though he hits a nice shot onto a Cells, it's only going to bring him full red.
Ya están empezando bailando. Se vienen los filetes.
The bad boys of Gears of War at this point.
They are going in.
I love it though. I love it because this is the type of antics I was always up to. You know what I mean? No matter if it was Men's or Bigfoot, any OGs back there, those guys used to get so mad at me when I used to do this type of stuff. I swear I was gonna get a dumpster at every event I was going to. Luckily enough, I'm such a sweetheart in person. You know what I mean?
You are.
I love it. I love that type. No matter what game it is, I love somebody just proving their dominance, bro. Because that's what you have to do. You have to dominate your opponent in order to get the opportunity to do that.
Right. And I think for me, too, it shows that KCP isn't phased, you know, by map number 1. They're not phased by that round 1 loss. Like, it is what it is, you know, and that's the thing. KCP, they don't get into their heads. They just reset and they come back. Another nade thrown by Bronny. It'll split the difference and only get a hit marker. Monkeys pushes up. Saisho takes him down. A big loss. And Bronny on the flank can have a tremendous effect here. Dezo's forced to reposition. And Saisho does die.
Damn, if he would have thrown it back lane, would have been like 2 kills.
I have no clue, but either way it's gone. And he'll not get it back. And the Cells will fall. And Bronny is now forced to go 1v against the world. And it had to be a misinput, right?
No, that's where he wanted.
But there was
that's where he thought he wanted. No, I'm agreeing with you 100%. That's where he thought he wanted,
filetes, se vienen filetes después de este match chat. Yo digo, después de este chat, va a venir mucho trash talk.
No, it is too early. But come on, you got to play into the storyline because map number 1, with the game literally on the line, he smashes the green skittle for the loss, but his teammate no 1v1. Again, he has a chance to make a play with that frag grenade, possibly 2 kills in the bag, and he fumbles the ball. I'm not going to say it is too early. I agree with you, but the proof is in the pudding.
I want to say I love Bronny. Like I really like Bronny as a person. So it's so hard for me to be. It's hard for me to be critical about any Gears player. Like I even felt bad about Discipline earlier, but that was a misplay. That really was straight up. But it is what it is. We're going into round.
Bronny otra vez con las nades. Pique hacia 4 para allá. Esto ya murió.
He doesn't even care that he's up there, that he's getting nades. No respect it whatsoever. Cells will be the first blood. He's going to die off here. Now Monkeys once again trying to push up onto Zysha, but will redirect onto Bronny, sending him back. Bronny needs to hold his ground here, but he will die. Now it's going to be a 4v2, make that a 4v1, and almost a flawless round. Fiercely will die, but regardless, the nade from the grave. That's going to be it.
Bronny's been throwing so many duds. They saw Bronny on that wing. They said, oh, it's Bronny, get him. And they just completely jumped him. They jumped out of that checkout and pushed the play with the frag. Bronny could have went down with a frag and made more of an impact than he's done so far. And it's not saying necessarily on him. The team needs to be able to buy him time. Cells going and dying in flat side is not what you want, but Bronny is throwing the same frag every single time and not getting any. Look at Cells say, no, Bronny, go over there. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
All right,
Make the play.
Yeah, Cells finally gets those nades. Let's see if he throws out both this time. Will connect onto Fiercely. So well done from that. That's going to be first blood.
That's what got incense.
Since one connects on a Zysho, so that nade from Cells now counteracted. But watch out, Handle.
Oh.
He's got a nice little angle. Dodges the instant, and Raver and Dezo need to get away. But Dezo can't get away in time. It's a 3v2.
That first grenade, putting the damage on here.
Yeah.
Braun, Cells.
Damn. Instead of sending Bronny nades, Cells went to go get nades now.
I like that fun, but that just goes to show, hey, that's what I want to see though. I want to see these
A
guys
big round too. That was a huge round. You don't want PK going up 4-1. Really makes the series way harder than it has to be.
I like the way he threw too, because even though that second grenade didn't get an actual elimination, you saw the hit marker. He got the damage, which stopped the players from getting aggressive.
I love the beatdowns at the end. It's like you had two jumping.
The best thing is the emotes, man. I wish emotes were back in my day.
Oh man, I couldn't even imagine you with emotes, Jacob, like on main stage or whatever. I could, bro. Gears is just, I love Gears. I really do, man. Look at this. Finally, Fiercely is going to challenge the nades. They said if the Cells is going to go up there, we got to deal with him. If Bronny goes back up, all right, cool. We'll do a 4-man push for the incense. But they finally addressed that. Raver throws out one incense.
Cells contra Genaro allá en los nades.
Unfortunately, they're going to be in a bad spot as KCP now get the cleanups. Dazzle evens it up, though, 2-2.
¿Flanqueó?
And now you got
¿O mató Genaro? No, no lo mató, pero flanqueó.
Alongside that of his teammate of Handle.
Zysho?
That one is going to connect, but he's taking a ton of damage. He only lands one pellet. Handles goes down on the other side. He needs to figure out a way to win the
13% se quedó Fiercely. Damn, they look kind of chilled right there. I don't know. They had a sniper.
Pittsburgh Knights showboat right back, and that's what I like about the Pittsburgh Knights as well. They are not afraid to go ahead and showboat. They make it short and sweet, though, because they're up 4-2. They know winning the map is going to do more hurt to the Pioneers than all the showboat and all the hump and all the teabag in the world combined.
Dude, I love how intense this series is and how it means so much, like, for first place, but it's just they're having fun, but is it really fun, or is it just like I like genuine, like, they love each other. There's no bad blood, but it's like, as of right now, it's just like, dude, I am coming at your throat, and I love that. I really, really do. Raver once again getting out with the incense. Pittsburgh Knights have shown two distinct looks. One, that they can get the sniper pickup quickly, and also that they can get those incense. And I'm hearing that, ooh, and I know why, because Fiercely just took it to his cells. Bronny falls right after. 3v2. Pioneers not catching a break as they are just getting peppered non-stop. And I think Pittsburgh Knights,
damn.
Really thinking about now is
they would have got both those kills. Or not both, but he would have maybe got 3. They could have probably clutched that.
5-2, they would just want to finish it easy. Like I said,
una ronda más PK, una ronda más para que vayan 2-0 in the series.
On execution, you guys know how that story goes. It's not going to change up. Stay 2-0 in this fashion. I'm kind of scared. That red flag I was talking about, where I said it was yellow, maybe it was orange. No, it's full on red. Here's the war red.
Here we go, 5-2.
Genaro contra Cells otra vez. Oh no, contra Bronny. Cells goes back to flat.
Top fighting for those instants. Like I said, Pittsburgh Knights consistently getting them. Cells will finally get them, but it doesn't mean they can break out of the position. Now Raver's going to get the drop on his Zysho and his Cells, and they're both going to fall. Now it's going to be up to Handles and Bronny. And Bronny's going to be isolated by himself. Handles will fall. And ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh Knights will complete the win 6-2 on checkout.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice, chat? ¿Cómo se dice?
Against the champs.
No bailen si no van a ganar. Así se dice. GG's, GG's, GG's. Good shit, PK. Van 2-0. Que no saben, vamos a estar tratando de calificar para el Major. Digo, es el sábado, on Saturday, I mean. Yo pensaba que era el domingo, pero el sábado. Voy a hacer stream de todo eso y pues a ver cómo nos va para llegar al Major. Último minuto. ¿Qué les digo, chat? Se me antojó. Venga, venga. 2-0 va PK. Último mapa. Último mapa se viene Training Grounds. Creo que, la verdad, yo creo que sí se puede ganar esto ya PK. Ah, wow.
They need to step. What is going on? Pioneers are looking around saying, where's PK at? Jacob, Pittsburgh Knights with a bit of an audible off the rip, sending all their members to B.
A different strategy. Hey, but 2-1, you get so smart lead. But look at the way everybody kind of traveled back. They're set up to hold these 2 hills to 1 and get as much time as possible. Force the Pioneers to make the move. So guess what? Hey, we have 2 hills. They passed them the ball. They're guarding the easy layup. Now you got to make a jump shot.
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. This is something they should have saved for the Major. Let me talk about why that initial was so smart. Even if they lose, Raver is. You can't put the man down, bro. He's so good. But anyways, I digress. They're going for the domination, and Pioneers are in a frenzy. Maybe I have to put a pause and see if this actually does in fact tick through, and I think it actually might tick through.
Oh God, I thought he was gonna hit that reaction shot. Damn, clean as round coming from PK. Clean as round. 1 minute at 10. Anybody die? I think I only saw like one person die. Yeah, they only killed actually no, 2 people died. Ourselves and Zaisho died. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. PK has all the confidence right now, man. This is looking very very convincingly 3-0 right here, I think. Like Reflection said, man, he said they should have saved that for the Major. Okay, why not bring it out to Pro League?
From KCP, but then when they go to push through that solo choke point over towards A to try and get the 2-1, then all of a sudden they're facing Lancer fire and they're getting peppered. Now they're within chunkable range. It is such a brilliant play that I've never seen.
Again, another audible right out of the gate. Fiercely going directly in towards the middle. You got Raver attacking the hill. Unfortunately, this isn't as pristine
hey, what's that, man?
There's going to be much more of a contestation out of the Pioneers, but it doesn't matter because that neutral hill, and when the dust settles overall, it's the Pioneers.
Raver muere en B.
But I may have cursed them. Destinite has to be a hero. Basically going against Zaisho here with a crossover.
Zaisho 99. Deso 99. Raver sigue tirado. Mátate, Raver, por favor, ya. Muere. Matan a Cells. PK con B todavía, desde con esa kill, ya, se van a hacer setup y todo bien. ¿Uno quiere matar a Handles? No, se va a salir.
Maybe Monkey should have held off a little bit, but you gotta assume Handles sees you there. Either way, he's gonna be in God spot. Pittsburgh Knights holding their ground as Pioneers are just trying to figure out what is the next move.
I'd be figuring that out too for the Pioneers. I think one of the next moves is exactly what they're doing. You already have that up top control. Now you back out your members and you have to make a play for that neutral. But you can't get tunnel vision on actually getting the break. You're trying to get these eliminations. You're trying to force these players off. And if that means pushing fiercely down this hallway, you got to do it. As you see him repositioning, the same angles are not going to be there. So there's a moment for the Handles and the rest of the team to go through. But Handles goes down. As Aisho's unable to get the revive, Raver does not go down again. Everybody firing all cylinders for the Knights, and this could be another quick round.
It definitely could be another quick round. You see Pittsburgh Knights starting to suffocate Bronny as they push in over towards A, but they actually back up. Bronny was expecting that push, as was I, but Pittsburgh Knights says no. Why are we going to throw away the advantage? We win in 20 seconds. It's up to KCP to be the ones to push forward. For them,
aquí tienen que brincar KCP. No, ya. Yo creo que ya se rindieron. Yo digo, la verdad, ya esto es mapa de PK.
They're going to lead 2-0 and be 3 away from 3-0 in KCP and be a #1 in Pro League for Split 2.
Oh, no.
Monito bailando también. Jesus, this is bad, man. This is bad. I'm not gonna lie. This is bad.
best during 5v5 when SuMuNs, Identives, the whole gang was on this squad, he wasn't like this. Something changed in this man. He's now a bad boy, and he's ready to win that championship. If they take first place in this regular season, even though they have taken first place before, I think I might have to switch my prediction. In fact, you know what? I'm switching my prediction.
Wait, in this series right here?
Right now, I'm switching it right now.
You better, hey,
PK.
you better stop. You better stop. And you know dang well why you went. Why you predicted who you predicted, okay? And honestly, I don't blame you. I really don't, actually. All jokes aside, like, going into this series, I expected it to be very close, but it has been
Bronny se pasa.
But Bronny trying to hold his ground. This was kind of, man, there's been a lot of destruction over in that spot, especially now with the sniper. But Bronny manages to potentially get out. And I don't see him dropped, and actually he does get away, so well done. Pittsburgh Knights might have the objective, but Bronny can make some big plays with the sniper.
I'm about to say what's happening right here because they left him down for a second. Everybody came up for the revives.
Hello, Bronny 2v1. Damn, he dipped. He's gonna die with snipe now.
Out of absolutely nothing on the side of the Knights, and honestly, reflecting even with that trade, that has been the story of this game. Pittsburgh Knights can do absolutely no
Alright, no
wrong.
sniper in play. PK got 2 cap. Dezo's gonna get that.
And,
Oh, he's
you know,
not.
It's so good to see this caliber.
Alright, this is good for KCP.
Because I had questions about that Team Queso matchup. Not questions that did PK dominate the map, because they absolutely did, but could they do it against the top 5 teams of KCP? Clearly they can, and they are doing it. But new life has been found from the Pioneers. They will, in fact, have the 2-1 and take, for the first time, one of our biggest advantages we've seen in the first 3 rounds, Jacob. This is the first time they've had the 2-1 hill advantage.
This is the first time they had it. Almost any advantage for the most part in a lot of these games here, and every single time they do, it's Fiercely or Raver who kind of end that advantage to turn on over towards the Pittsburgh Knights. But 2 hills to 1. One of those hills is out wide towards that neutral where nobody for the Pittsburgh Knights is positioned just yet. But the thing here, the silver lining for the Knights, is they have that up top position. So as soon as these players come off respawn, like you see Des Knight and Raver, they're going to be the ones pushing in with support fire over the top.
You beat up Brock Lesnar, Jacob?
Yeah, a long time ago. Why do you think he left the UFC to go back to wrestling in the first place? Come on.
Yeah, okay, PR. Alright, dude. Relax, man. This guy's beating up.
I see you.
Oh my god, Hinata?
Oh
my god.
And now you beat up Brock Lesnar. You
Hinata?
are a legendary
Hinata?
my friend.
Oh, he missed. He shot the wall. That was one shot.
I now have to think twice.
¿Eso? ¿Raver? Híjole, ya esta es ronda de KCP. Uno se tiene que rifar aquí. Fuerte, mono. Te mando bendiciones. Ah, esta ya es de KCP. 2-1, 2-1.
Gosh, Pioneer showing some life here because honestly, all it does is just take one round. It takes one moment, it takes one spark to go ahead and light the field ablaze, and I think that's what the Pioneers are trying to do. They're trying to use this one round, this one moment to really spark a run for the rest of this map, and sometimes it just takes one map, and then you go ahead and put doubt into the hot side of the Pittsburgh Knights, and then maybe you win map number 2, because it is a control, and I did think the Pioneers would win a lot of the controls, and then we have a 5-game series on our hand. Stay hopeful, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay hopeful, stay woke, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see how this is going to unfold as a sniper, since its placement has obviously done well for Pioneers. We've only seen one round with it, but Bronny did challenge for it, and he did end up getting out unscathed.
Retro, PK trae una Ensign. River va a ganar la Ensign.
It looks as if they're going to be sending Dezo as the tip of the spear. Bronny once again going to be opposite of Dezo. We're getting his incense, and he'll see ourselves up top. And meanwhile, we focus our attention for the sniper fight, which Dezo seems to be backing off. Once again, giving it over towards Bronny, basically for free, unless Fiercely blindsides him, which he's not going to have the time to do it. He's actually going to get Lancer. Nice trap set from the boys of Pioneers, but Bronny still hasn't backed away. He doesn't want Fiercely to get on that flank.
Have so much trust in Fiercely right now, the way he's been playing, the way he's just been really being a nail in the coffin, an inch in the side.
Oh man.
This is the shot. They were trying to give it to him.
Oh, okay. You missed that one, but hit that one? Alright. You gotta respect it, right? He made it up.
Bronny just needs to be up against the wall. Bronny needs to feel the pressure, and then that's when he's gonna step up.
Bronny.
Oh my.
What? Why is he so nasty sometimes, man? Bronny is like, enough is enough. You guys have been disrespecting my name this entire series. Sometimes even maybe for the majority of the split. But now it is time for me to show you what I'm truly capable of. Those shots were nasty. Can he do it again? Not this time, but one more shot remains.
If he hits a body shot here, that's going to be success. Fiercely goes down. Trying to go ahead and end it as Cells. He gets
Oh my god, the fight's not done, bro.
Oh. Fiercely. Yet again, this man stays up. Show takes him down. Now this one's going to continue with Dezenai taking out his Cells, but either way, I think Fiercely staying alive and getting that kill is enough damage, because you imagine he's down, there's another player alive, and KCP have the advantage, but that one is done and over with. The advantage goes over to the Pittsburgh Knights as they're going to get the second hill intact along with that score lead that they already have. And
Bronny isn't going to challenge Raver just yet, but Raver's got to think about his exit strategy. Once he dips away, he's also getting challenged by his Cells, but Monkeys is there for the cleanup onto one. Now
Mono, con el revive up
and will in fact get the
a su
kill.
casa.
Heroic effort pays
A morir ahorita. ¿Quién es ese? Handles ya murió. 3-1 ya. Esta ronda no la pierde pique ni de pedo.
Second half has now pretty much become a reality, unless Pioneers pull off a miraculous play, but
I mean, podía sacar un break en su home, pero lo está jugando muy safe. Bien safe que lo está jugando Genaro. Está bien.
You can't even stay and capture that hill, and if they do, that's going to be the wrong play. 10's eyes out of 10, because you have to go kills over hills to get that triple neutralization. I think Zysho is going to be the only guy really close enough to make the play. Missed sniper shot from Raver is going to give him that much more of a chance, but he pulls out the pistol to keep that sweet DPS coming. The Pittsburgh Knights close the half 3-1, and honestly take yet another commanding lead to kind of flatline the Pioneers.
Another commanding lead indeed. Well done for Monkeys. Look at those stats. 10k damage, 9 kills to his name. Another 10k for Pittsburgh Knights, obviously in the hands of Fiercely, who has just been playing so well, trying to keep Bronny away from that sniper.
Aguántame, chat. Ando subiendo clip ahorita a la cuenta de Instagram.
Pioneers have to start getting serious. And once again, all members on Pioneers negative. All negative.
Unfortunately, though, you know, all jokes aside, you know, a lot of pressure is on Bronny because he's kind of the new guy. But I feel like this is like a meltdown. There's like a systematic dysfunction throughout the entirety of the roster. And even though this one's still in progress, Jackal needs to figure it out. I'm putting the pressure on Jackal as the coach. He needs to figure out what is going wrong with the roster, why they have so many inconsistencies this season, because they don't have time before that major. They don't have time before the rest of this match even closes out.
3-1. Now the neutral is in play, which gives an opportunity maybe to just focus on that. But after seeing what Bronny can do with that sniper, I think you got to get him off of it, right? You can't just afford to give it to him for free. Raver, he gave a cat and mouse with the Cells. He's full red, but Raver can't swing the corner because of his own flames. Bronny full red inside of hell, looking for the sniper. Raver dancing, trying to get the cap. He does not. He doesn't get it just yet, but
¿Quién tiene sniper? Otra vez Bronny with sniper.
Bronny gets away with the sniper.
Traded out positioning.
Genaro, one shot. Bronny, no se sale.
Nothing to worry about on that side of the map just yet, but it does look like the Pioneers are gauging for control, especially with that big elimination. You see Dezenai, you see Raver, both of those players going down. Bronny still has that sniper in hands. He needs to go to that overlook and try to figure out the positioning. Get as much information for your team as possible. Those are valuable seconds being wasted, but it's not too much because the players are on respawn.
Not too much. Not too much for the time being. Bronny on your screen once again. Body shot on a Raver. That won't slow him down a little bit, but won't finish him off. Dezo looking to break through as well. Smokes out. Flash up top. Pittsburgh Knights will make an entry, but he's quickly going to be gunned down. That's going to be Raver from his Cells. Bronny will line up a nice body shot, but Fiercely from the flank is going to disrupt the ebb and flow of this fight. So Bronny's forced to hit some beautiful shots, which he does. And now you have Raver and Dezo who's going to be coming down. Dezo will take down Bronny. Dezo will pick up 2. Dezo will pick up 2. And that's going to secure the E-Hill in conjunction with Raver. And Pittsburgh Knights will lose their home
Pancho
hill,
Pistola?
Ándale,
Pancho Pistola.
With the objective.
Sí, van a matar a Zysho.
At least the Pioneers are still putting up some sort of a fight, because this one could definitely have been over. They lose that other round, they're probably 4-0. They could be losing this one. This could end in a 5-0 fashion, but they're still putting up that fight that I do want them to see. So they're not at least flatlined. There's some sort of life still left in them. They need to figure it out, just like I said. Estelle is getting those instants. The plan is going to be kind of push this side of the map. Des and I knows, the entire team knows, as the cross comes out, Handle's going to be the first player going down. Nobody able to get the revive. They have to think about the battle in front of them. As Handle, I do believe that is going to be Bronny. Set their eyes forward, but Bronny goes down. Estelle goes down as well. So I do believe this is the Knight's chance to come back.
Ganan con dos todavía PK aquí. Mono tiene, creo que Mono no va a salir. Oh my god, se salió.
Quickly as they possibly can. Raver, though, is going to be scary with that sniper. Make no question about it. We're going to rotate over now to stop KCP.
A ver.
They have one chance at this.
Ok, ya subí mi clip a Instagram. A la cuenta de los clips de Instagram ya está el clip. Ya esta ronda de pique ya, sin perder esta. Ala.
Pittsburgh Knights will secure this round to be a map point, series point, Jacob.
Yo creo que ya GG's, ¿no? 4-1. KCP con segunda ronda. Está cabrón, está cabrón.
I know they've been fighting for the sniper. They've been utilizing those instants, kind of coming down to a 1v1, maybe a 2v1 with rotations coming over. But I think you put a
Hey, stream. Acabo de subir un clip a la cuenta de mi Instagram, por si quieren ir a ver el clip. Aquí se los dejo, mira. Voy a andar siguiendo gente que le dé follow ahorita a la cuenta, ¿ok? Mira, aquí está la cuenta, aquí está el clip. Se llama la cuenta de Instagram oficial SuMuNs, por si quieren ir a apoyar. Ahorita les voy a dar unos follows, los que dejen comentario en el clip.
The rounds have been relatively competitive. They've been, I mean, even that last one, there was just mere points separating the two. So they don't want to, you know, maybe mess it up.
1v1.
1v1.
¿Vieron ese instant que tiró Weaver? The floor is lava. You guys seen that? Like literally, that was like the most OP instant I've ever seen.
We do see KCP break out. Monkeys is hot on the heels of Handles. And is going to get that kill eventually in Pittsburgh.
No, Mono está dando la vida con ese mission. No iba a hacer nada. El Handles.
Still fighting. That's what I love to see out of this KCP squad. No matter how bleak it looks, 4-1, you lose the initial. They're still trying to overextend on the other side of the map, and that's going to alleviate pressure for their teammates on that side of the map, because you see a 3v2. That's going to be for, I do believe, Cells and Zycho to try to survive and buy time, as the other teammates are going to have to take that 2v1 on the other side of the map. The angles are there from Fiercely as he gets that first down onto a Cells, forcing Zycho to rotate out. His teammates, they were able to get the positioning towards the neutral, but they didn't get an elimination for their own. So the Knights, as soon as they get into position, they can take advantage on this side of the map as well.
Advantage, like you said, Fiercely with Monkeys up top instead of KCP. Doubles down for the 2v1. 3v1 onto Bronny. Wow, a lot of emphasis placed onto him. But it's going to be
Zycho.
And oh no, Zycho with the team kill onto Bronny. What a whiff that is. And that instantly gives all the potential for Pittsburgh Knights to take the neutral. Very uncharacteristic of Zycho to make mistakes like that.
Very uncharacteristic again, especially right before the major, right before E-Day's playoffs. This is not what you want to see out of the Pioneers, unless you're a fan of the Pittsburgh Knights, though. Right before E-Day's playoffs, right before the major, you want to see your team take flight as the Cells on the other side of the map. He was able to take control of the hill, but gets one over the top onto Monkeys. Tries to go back-to-back, but it's Fiercely again, the thorn in the side. One of the best additions to the Pittsburgh Knights. Ending that run, bringing the hills back on over. It looks like a triple cap domination, barring any miracles. They're going to get into the hill, but Dezenite connects with a body shot. He's staying alive, holding this angle.
I would have hit that. I would have hit at least one of those shots. Imagine.
They have an advantage.
Ooh,
I feel like that's what everyone be saying now, watching these Philly matches. I would have hit that. I would have shit on them.
But there's Fiercely to get the kill onto Bronny.
No, but actually, like, I actually do mean that.
The help of Zycho from the corner. This is
damn, they're fucked. GG's.
Angles, nowhere for Pittsburgh Knights to go, especially
I think, oh my god, it's actually gonna go down.
But the reinforcements are in. Tense moment, 25 seconds. Whoever wins this fight could very well win this round. And it sells. It's a nice, beautiful shot on the Fiercely, but the job's not done. Dezo's going to be rotating in. Handle's going to be to the side of his cells, and Handles will take down Dezo. And with that kill, Pioneers, I do believe, just secured this round.
Definitely winnable. Monkeys gets the decap and back-to-back elims. Pittsburgh Knights are still in it. Okay. I was just telling you the situation, Reflection. I didn't say it was possible. I didn't say it was possible. I'm just here to call the action in front of my screen. It was definitely possible for the side
Oh
of
my
Monkey.
god, casi se me cae mi control.
Are holding on for dear life.
Yes, they are. Well done from Handles in that situation to hit the much needed shot to win E. Again, that fight on E was, in my opinion, everything. And if KCP loses that, well, they lose that map or that round. They lose
2-4, 2-4. ¿Se puede hacer el comeback, chat? ¿Qué creen? 2-4, I don't know. Todavía no se ha acabado, todavía no se ha acabado. Oh, sí, aquí está el clip, chat, miren. Esta es la cuenta de Instagram. Ocupo que le den follow, dejen comentario aquí y ahorita les doy follow, ¿ok? En la cuenta. Voy a andar regalando follows ahorita, por favor. Ya casi llegamos a los 3000 followers de esta cuenta, so... Hágame favor y dejen su follow, por favor. En el último clip que subí. ¿Deso con la strat? ¿Deso strat? Daiso ni en cuenta, increíble.
I had no idea.
Every single round, this is exactly what he's doing, and I like what he's not wasting any time. He's trying to get the crosses. Effective fight, and Bronny somehow was weak. He goes down. This one could be over, Reflections. There's nobody left standing. The Pittsburgh Knights in 3 maps effectively execute the Pioneers and take them down. It's
G, motherfucking G. GG chat, GG's. GG's. PK gana la series 3-0.
KCP, Pittsburgh Knights are officially your #1 team in Pro League, and they did so in style. It has been a wonderful run in Split 2 for these guys.
Pues ya, GG's, PK gana. No sé cómo son los resultados ahorita de Pro League. ¿PK estaba en primero? Creo que sí, ¿no? ¿Andan en primero de Pro League? Bueno. Damn, that was surprising, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even think PK was gonna win that 3-0. What did I predict? I think I predicted 3-2 or 3-1 from KCP. Pero ustedes ya saben cómo es este pedo. Cuando yo le voy a KCP o cuando le voy al contrario de PK, gana PK. So, al final, casi yo hice que PK ganara, ¿no? Porque yo no la aposté a PK, aposté contra ellos, como ha hecho todo el Pro League. Entonces ganó PK 3-0, KCP, yo sé que van a llegar para el Major, van a llegar fuerte de todos modos. Y pues ya, ese es el match del día de hoy. Apagar las predicciones, GG's. Yo creo que yo me tengo que ir, chat. Muchas gracias a todos los que vieron este video en YouTube. Por favor, dejen su like, su comentario aquí en el chat. Se aprecia muchísimo todo el apoyo que me han dado en el canal de YouTube, chat. So, cuídense mucho y los veo en el next video. Bye.